entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay. Welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections for elevating your business. Welcome to Getting the Edge with Kelly Wilson. And here's your host, Kelly Wilson.
Welcome to Getting the Edge. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm your host, Kelly Wilson. We are at Genghis Khan Restaurant, Mediterranean Grill, located at 3114 West Bay to Bay. If you're in the area, come check out their delicious Mediterranean cuisine and tell them that Edge sent you. Getting the Edge, which we're so happy to be here today and sharing great stories and information in regards to the community, really is an interview style 1 hour weekly informative show. Providing the opportunity to highlight business owners and leaders in the Tampa Bay community, but it's also a great opportunity to really personalize them and for them to share their story with us. And if they share their story with me, then ultimately they're sharing it with all of us. So Edge is really all about bringing a personal touch to the Tampa Bay community. So I'm joined today, and we're going to do a little bit different. Instead of diving in completely to a full story, we're going to find out all about the Synapse Summit that is next week. And I'm joined by Lauren Prager. Thank you so much for being with us. Now, you are the VP of Communications and programming for Synapse. Yep. And so Synapse is a new organization in the last couple of years. Right. This will be summit number two.
Sophomore year.
Yeah. So we're really excited. Actually, Edge is participating in the summit. It is the 23rd and 24th at Amalie Arena this month of January. And really excited. In fact, we're going to be bringing the Getting the Edge show to the event. So at our booth and in our area, we'll be kind of pulling in different speakers and participants to interview them and get an opportunity to see what their take is on the summit. Now, last I looked, you were expecting, I want to say 5,000 attendees.
That's right.
And I was looking on here. This is actually, they have an ad in the latest issue of Edge Business Magazine. So excited to have them a part of it. And if you check out and you want to find the Edge booth, we'll have new issues of Edge Business Magazine. So you can come by and grab a new copy. But so 5,000 attendees, we're looking at 60 breakout sessions.
More, actually,
okay.
Yes.
And then how many exhibitors are you expecting?
When I left the office, the number was 322.
Oh my goodness.
Right, so we're sold out of capacity. And first, I really want to thank you because it's partnerships with organizations like yours who amplify the stories of successful entrepreneurs and business owners and who help us all connect in the community that really allows our community to excel and accelerate and grow. We appreciate the partnership and the opportunity to collaborate. And I'm so glad that you'll be a part of the next Synapse Summit coming up next week.
Yes, we're excited to be there.
Yeah, and it's just been awesome to see even the growth of Edge Magazine and what you've been doing. It's a real reflection of how Tampa and Florida is just blossoming and at a really rapid pace. So congratulations on what you've been able to accomplish.
We have so many great people in this community, and it's really an honor for us, for me, for all of us at Edge to share the stories and help share the information and get the word out there.
We feel the same way. You know, in our role as a nonprofit organization, our mission is to connect innovators and the innovation community. And we look at the broadest scope of how you would define innovation. Innovation lives everywhere. It lives even in a place like this. Culinary innovation is an important part of our community, and technology impacts so much of every single business, every single day. When we can bring all those partners together, we can really allow things to grow much more quickly and allow people to find the real connections that they need to succeed. And we're all a part of this journey, so it's exciting to see how that's transformed in just a short amount of time here in Tampa and how it's connecting to communities across the entire state of Florida, and that's really what Synapse's mission is all about.
Right, that's great. We're looking forward to being a part of it. I attended one of the days last year, so it'll be great to kind of gauge the growth even of the Synapse organization and just all the people. And you're really attracting. It's not just about Tampa Bay. right? It's really
right.
about bringing the state together.
Right. We've had a really fascinating and fast-paced journey. When I joined the Synapse team, actually today is January 15th. Today is my 1-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
with Synapse. So I joined the team as a volunteer this time last year when we were just about 6 weeks out from the initial Synapse Summit at the Amalie Arena. And when we were all done and closed up and calculated how many people had come, how many companies had participated, there were over 3,200 attendees and over 250 exhibiting companies that came together at the Amalie Arena last March to participate and celebrate and educate and engage. And it was so energizing. It was amazing. And that really spoke to us and demonstrated that we were filling a need within the community to help people really connect.
Right.
And the response that we got from business owners was really overwhelming. And no joke, to this day, every week we hear stories from business owners who found new clients, who found investors, who found talent, from people who found jobs, from investors who found deal flow as a result of a relationship that was initiated or cultivated via Synapse and the Synapse Summit. And so that validation has really energized us to continue to grow, and we are expecting 5,000 attendees from all across the state of Florida to join us at the Amalie Arena next week.
I will tell you, you've done great. I don't know, how large is your team?
We are a small team, and
a small team that appears to be massive.
Well,
which is great.
Yeah. So Synapse is, as I said, a nonprofit and a community organization. We're not an event organization. We're building a movement, and we do that by engaging the community. We have unbelievably talented and generous volunteers. That's how I started, and in our office right now is a team of volunteers who are helping to make sure that we make this summit experience for our community as smooth and positive as possible. We have an unbelievable board of leaders from across the region who have stepped up to support the mission and the movement and make sure that we amplify this as far and wide as we can. So, this really is a community effort by and for the community, and we're really proud of that.
Well, and it really seems like I've via LinkedIn, via email, just I've had people reaching out from representing Synapse just to make sure that we're ready to participate in the event, and what are our goals out of the event, and really wanting to gauge that so that we're able to have the experience that we want. And I think that is just right on target. I think of how you can help to have a successful event.
Yeah, thank you for that. It's really important. One of the core principles of our approach is to make sure our engagement is meaningful and purposeful, and not just a networking event for networking or gathering for the sake of it, but that every time that we engage with a partner, with a leader, with a business, we think about how we can help them to achieve their objectives and find what they need or share what they have to accelerate on their own path to success. That's mission critical. It's central to the way that we operate in everything that we do. And so to hear that that's been your experience too is again really validating, because that's our reason. That's the reason that we're here.
And in fact, to the point where I'm like, okay, already, I'm good. We've got it all figured out. No, but it's and that's great, because it's not just been through email. Like I said, even LinkedIn and some of the other platforms. So that kind of shows me the level of commitment that you have, to ensure that everyone experiences the right results from the event, especially when you have something so large. I imagine, I have done, we used to do 24 events a month, and so I'm used to, but not on this scale. This is very large. So I can only imagine when you get to this level, it's just a lot, you need a lot of touch points, and you seem to have created those.
Thank you.
I know I'd love to get into the 2 days and why 2 days. And all the different, the breakouts and just the different schedule of events. And obviously, we talked about the exhibitors being sold out.
Yes.
But the tickets are not, right?
Still.
We can definitely get tickets to the event, and you recommend that. Where can people go to get tickets? I know we have some information up on the screen.
Sure. So the best resource for the most up-to-date scheduling, all of the details about the programming, highlights about what to expect, ways to really make the most of your experience is at www.synapsesummit.com. synapsesummit.com. And that's where you can also purchase your tickets to attend the event. The good news is that we have the entire arena, and so there's space. Like I said, even with 5,000 people attending, we want this to be as much of a community event as possible. We've made scholarship tickets available for students. We will have students there from high schools and colleges around the region, and all the way up through top-level, C-level executives participating and joining us. So this is really a unique event in the way that we can bring together so many from our community and make that impact to showcase the opportunities that are here.
So and you may not know the answer to this question, but when you have a Lightning game and people that pack the Amalie Arena, do you know how many people attend? And we had a guest on not that long ago where we talked about the stadium seating, and I can't remember.
I don't know what the maximum capacity is.
I want to say it was like 40,000.
One day I want that to be our problem, that we've sold out every seat in the Amalie Arena.
Absolutely. Actually, I think it was 20,000. I can't remember now. But it was interesting to talk about why people do what where. And so that was one of the topics. Anyway.
Well, that's okay, because the arena provides us with a lot of unique opportunities to even innovate in creating this summit space. It's not a traditional environment where you have breakout session rooms and a ballroom, so we really had to be very creative. We build our main stage on the ice, which is very cool. We have an amazing relationship with DCE Productions, and they do a phenomenal job with all of our setup and AV. This year, different than last time, we've set up large exhibitor booths on the ice so people can really engage with some of our sponsors and connect with them. Several will be doing podcasts and interviews at their own booths as well. So you really get a chance to connect deeply with a lot of members. And even right off of the ice is the Lexus Lounge. That'll be used as our VIP space where we have a lot of really dynamic meet and greets with top-level executives from companies like Magic Leap and Gerdau and Deloitte and others who are participating and want to have that sort of experience. So we take advantage of every level of the arena for engaging opportunities and educational conversations so that we can really make the most of the two-day experience.
Wow, it sounds amazing. I'm excited as you talk about it. And it's funny, we're not really going to be on the ice on the floor. It's actually, I'm sure they have a floor. It won't really be
There will be a floor. It will be cold. So if you're planning your outfit, make sure you don't wear closed-toed shoes. Make sure, it's a hockey arena and it's hockey season. So
that's right.
So make sure you're ready.
We're going to talk all about day 1 and 2 and all the different things going on. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Getting the Edge.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Welcome back to Getting the Edge. I thank you so much for joining us today. We are again at the Genghis Khan restaurant on Beta Bay. If you're in the area, come check it out, 3114 West Beta Bay. I am joined with Lauren Prager of Synapse. Thank you so much for joining us, Vice President of Communications and Programming.
That's right.
That's right. Again, thank you so much for being with us. Our first segment that we did in regards to all about Synapse, and if you missed any part of that, please go back and watch it. Otherwise, please check out the website. SynapseSummit.com is all about their event, their second annual big event that they're going to have next week at Amalie Arena on January 23rd and 24th. And before we get started back, we're actually going to talk about the programs, day 1 and 2, but also wanted to mention, make sure you check out edgebusinessmagazine.com. Definitely go on and subscribe to our latest magazine issue. Actually, we'll have new magazine issues at the event. Edge will be there at the Synapse event next week, so if you pass by our booth, stop by and get a copy of the latest issue of Edge Business Magazine. And I'm sure you've seen the commercials that are in between the different segments that we're doing here on the show. And I'm sure you're thinking that you should have your business featured in these commercials. So please reach out to us. We'd love to talk with you. info@edgebusinessmagazine.com. We'd love to feature your business on the show. So, okay, let's get back to it. A lot of information to cover.
Sure.
So let's talk about day 1 of the program. So how does it start? And actually, of course, I pulled out my form and it's day 1 or day 2.
That's right. So the entire 2-day summit is focused on the theme, Innovation Lives Here. Innovation is everywhere within our community, within every industry and technology that that surrounds us. And so we really highlight that both through our main stage sessions, which bookend each day, and the 86 breakout sessions that we'll be hosting on Wednesday and Thursday at locations all around the arena. So there is a lot of content, a lot of opportunity. There's something really here for everyone. And so as we look at innovation, our first keynote speaker of the day is going to be the Chief Product Officer of Magic Leap. If you don't know Magic Leap, go onto our website, synapsesummit.com, and check out the video, because this is technology that is literally going to transform our lives, just in the same way that, smartphones were so transformative just over a decade ago, spawning an entire new industry. Magic Leap is based in South Florida and has created a new augmented reality technology, spatial computing, that will transform everything from how we interact personally, professionally, in industries and ways that we haven't even begun to really delve into. So we're really excited to be able to not only have their Chief Product Officer and their Head of HR joining us to talk about that, but people will be able to try on the headsets and demo the technology. This is something that has not happened anywhere else, and to actually have the opportunity to see and experience for yourself this revolutionary technology is amazing, and this will debut at the Synapse Summit. So please come on down to the Amalie Arena and be one of the first to understand this new wave of innovation that's taking place. Magic Leap is part of our virtual reality demo experience. In addition, we'll be highlighting a lot of the very talented virtual reality technicians and technologists that are in our state, both from from Tampa Bay area and from Orlando and elsewhere. So you really have a chance to not only hear about it, but to experience it for yourself. And that's really the magic of the Synapse Summit. When you get together in the arena, you are experiencing this.
It's hands-on.
It's very hands-on. In addition to the virtual reality experiences, there'll be a whole e-gaming and e-sports experience. This is another industry that is just taking off in unbelievable ways in both Orlando and Tampa and elsewhere across Florida. So several companies are coming in and joining us. For those of you who are gamers, you've got to be there. This is where you're going to see indie games you've never seen before, some of your favorites. For those of you who are not gamers and have not experienced this industry, just check it out, because this is exploding in our community. And again, it's a transformative industry that we really need to pay a lot of attention to. So you'll get a chance to speak with some of the leaders of this industry, understand what their technology is all about, and see for yourself what's the hype. So it's very cool to have these sorts of hands-on experiences.
Now, are a lot of the breakout sessions, are they included in like the general admission tickets, or did you pay extra? Do people pay extra?
Now,
How do you sign up or get into the breakout sessions?
This content that highlights top leaders, business leaders, and thought leaders, educators from our community is part of the Synapse Summit experience, and we feel it's really important that anybody who buys a ticket, anybody who comes to this conference can take advantage of these sessions, and they're all on our website so that you can take a look at the dynamic programming and decide what you'd like to be a part of. And so these take place throughout the 2 days of the summit, in between our main stage sessions, which start and end each day.
So, and there are, how many breakout sessions? We said 68?
Well, it's become bigger than that. We will have something in almost every corner of that arena.
At all times?
So, yes. So the total number right now is 86 sessions.
Okay.
That'll host over more than 300 speakers from across the state, some who are coming in from elsewhere to participate, but really highlighting a lot of Florida's best and brightest.
It does sound like it. Really exciting. Okay, and one of the other things that I think is exciting that is part of the event is the pitch sessions that you're doing, and you're making, it's a big pitch event incorporated into the summit. So tell us a little bit about that.
Right. So we are hosting the very first ever Pitch Madness. Imagine a combination of a political debate and the bracketology of March Madness, where you have the opportunity to see founder versus founder, answer questions from a rotating panel of some talented judges, people who are themselves business leaders and serial entrepreneurs, who are investors, who help to organize incubators and accelerators, who have a lot of personal experience in supporting the growth of businesses. These are not quite startups. These are businesses that have taken their steps to the next level and are really in a growth phase. And so it's exciting to get a chance to kind of see and launch this different take on the traditional kind of pitch experience. So companies have applied. You can go to, again, synapsesummit.com and click on the tab at the top that says Pitch Madness to learn more about the framework and how companies are participating in this. And then you can come, listen to this debate, and vote for your favorite company. And then the award for the winner will be given on our main stage on the final day of the Synapse Summit on Thursday afternoon. So we'll have to wait and see. But we've had over 100 companies that have applied to participate, and it's just very exciting to see a new take on this kind of traditional experience.
I think it's a great opportunity to even practice. If you're not necessarily ready, you don't think, to really pitch effectively, but I mean, or just go and watch or participate. But I think it's a great opportunity to really be surrounded and have be encouraged to do better and be able to participate among all these other great pitching, companies that are pitching. So I think that's Pitch Madness. I think that's a great spin on it.
And I want to mention there are a few other pitch opportunities. The Tampa Bay Wave, many of us in the community are familiar with the Tampa Bay Wave. They'll be hosting their demo day on Wednesday, and Florida Funders will be hosting their pitch stage for accredited investors. They'll have a luncheon and pitch stage for specifically accredited investors on Thursday afternoon. So there is a lot of opportunity to really see some top companies that are out there looking for investors, looking to grow, and really engage with those founders in a meaningful way. And I will say that from the March 2018 summit, several companies received investment of significant proportions, key relationships with investors, some from Florida, some who came from outside of Florida to see what was really happening in our community, and they found deal flow. So for those of you on the fence, not sure, for those of you who are interested in understanding the opportunity to invest in technology, this is a really important place for you to come and learn and meet and just keep an open mind about what you might find there.
It sounds like a great day. So programming, everything starts at 8 a.m. and runs until 5:30. Is that correct for day one? Is there anything in particular that we'd like to highlight throughout for day one specifically? We'll kind of go into day two when we go back. But
oh my goodness,
what are you most excited about for day one?
Well, I spoke about the new technology launching with Magic Leap. I think that's really, really unique. I'm very excited about the panel that we have in our closing session. Talent is a question, a need that comes up in every conversation that we have with business owners and founders and leaders, and as well as people who are looking to transition. You know, there are over 900 people at least who move to Florida and to our community every day, and they need jobs. There are people who are transitioning in their careers. There are members of the military who are retiring and transitioning and thinking about how to apply the leadership skills that they have into the private sector. And so the need and opportunity to cultivate talent and help them find the right path for their next journey is essential. So we've got an unbelievable conversation planned on our main stage on Thursday afternoon to talk about how talent lives here and the unique ways and partnerships that have emerged between businesses, startups, enterprises, and educational institutions to help to foster that. So I think it'll be very dynamic and interesting to hear from those different perspectives.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about and highlight a couple of your main sponsors. Who are the main sponsors for the overall event?
Sure. Thank you for that opportunity, because I really do want to thank the leaders who have supported us and taken those steps with Synapse. So ConnectWise is an unbelievable organization based right here in Tampa Bay, and they've been not just generous sponsors, but also leaders in bringing together the Tampa community. Holland and Knight, based down in downtown Tampa, have been phenomenal supporters. And of course, the Tampa Bay Business Journal has been very supportive and engaging with us. And their publisher, Ian Anderson, will be our MC for the main stage.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so we're excited to have them participate as well.
No, it sounds like a great lineup. So we're going to get into a little bit more into the exhibitors that are going to be participating and that will be there. We're going to also get into more of day two and talk about, now, is day two the same, is it same hours, 8:30 to 5:30? Or does
sure. Yes, the sessions are between 9 and 5:30 on both days, and then we have some exciting kind of social activities in the evenings. So people can kick back and relax a little bit, enjoy just some networking and reflect on the day.
Okay, well, we have a lot more to cover. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Getting the Edge.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Welcome back to Getting the Edge. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm your host, Kelly Wilson. We have been talking all about Synapse Summit today, and really excited to have Lauren Prager here with Synapse, and we're talking all about the summit that is taking place next week, January 23rd and 24th at Amalie Arena. So we just started talking a little bit about we've talked all about the events and everything leading up to all the magnificent and new innovative technology that you're going to have present. So if you missed any part of what we've talked about thus far, make sure you go back and check out the beginning of it. Let's talk a little bit about day 2.
Sure.
So we've covered day 1. Let's talk about day 2. Now, what are some of the breakouts or anything in particular that stands out to you that you're really excited about?
Sure.
For day 2.
So for the breakouts, definitely check out our website, synapsesummit.com, so that you can see in detail the 86 breakout sessions and workshops that we have planned for you on day 1 and day 2. But I want to highlight our main stage sessions because these are really critical to anchoring the narrative, the story of our growth in our state and our community. The morning session will focus on investment lives here. And we think about investment not just in terms of financial investment, but the intellectual investment in growing our community. Larry Quinlan, who is the Global Chief Information Officer for Deloitte, will be joining us on the main stage. His home is technically in Miami, but I hear he lives on an airplane. That's really his home, and he's making the time to come here and share his perspective. He's in an elite group of global level executives who run an enormous enterprise. So his view on the transitions and challenges and changes that he's anticipating leading his organization and how that will impact so many of us as we build our businesses here, I think will be very insightful. And part of that morning also will be an important panel on investment led by Florida funders and bringing in investors from both Silicon Valley and Florida to share their view, because as we know, and the growth of opportunity here in Florida is getting attention from all across the country. Right. And so investors are moving here to Florida and they're looking for opportunities, and investors from outside of the country are really starting to pay attention to what's happening in Florida. So we're excited to have this panel on our main stage to really talk about what they see. This is a group of people who've built and sold companies and also have invested in companies that have sold for enormous numbers. So we really have a cool opportunity to get some inside tips from them, their perspectives from where they sit in an unusual kind of view. In the afternoon, we just locked in to a senior executive from Bird. Inc. magazine marked Bird as their company of the year. This is the company that started just about a year and a half ago in Santa Monica, California, and is rolling out electric scooters in cities all across the company. They've become a true unicorn. They're valued at over $1 billion about a year after their establishment, and they are exploding and working on a project to roll out here in Tampa. So come to the Amalie Arena where you'll have a chance to see these scooters in person, be the first to hear from their senior level executives on their journey here. Transportation, especially micromobility, is such an enormous issue as our community grows in Tampa. There's so much construction here, population growth and density, so tackling the issues of transportation is important. So we're really excited to have this opportunity to meet with Bird. And on the same stage, on our closing session on Thursday afternoon, will be Uber. to talk about not just their ride sharing, but there is amazing new transportation technology that Uber is leading on. And so we'll hear from one of their senior executives as well. So we really thought about how to tackle so many of the big issues facing our business owners and community growth here at the Synapse Summit. So we're excited to showcase this from our stage.
No, it sounds like it. And especially right now where we're experiencing or delightfully experiencing some of the debates with our mayoral candidates, with the mayor election being now approaching in March. So transportation has been a big topic. We've done really great, I think, with the bikes and in implementing the bikes into the Tampa community, but scooters is just another phase of that. So.
Yeah, things are changing very rapidly. So that's innovation. Innovation really does live everywhere, including in transportation.
Absolutely, and it's just amazing with Uber and all of the accomplishments that they've experienced with that whole industry.
Right.
So innovation, yes, and you can never really even discount, I don't think, any idea, because you see a lot of, it's all around us and thriving. So really, really exciting. Well, again, there's so much to cover. We had talked about, we talked a little bit, in case you missed any portion of it, make sure you go back and check out the website for the information on the Pitch Madness.
Yes,
Pitch Madness. I think that's an exciting part of it as well. It just sounds like you've got a great 2-day event. Edge is really excited to be participating and being a part of the event coming up. We have talked about Brian Kornfeld, who is a participant of Synapse, as well as Mark Blumenthal. And Mark has participated in Edge Business Magazine. In fact, he was featured as one of our Edge profiles. So we're really excited to have him. So are they speaking at all at the event as well? Or?
Sure. So Brian and Mark and Andy Hafer are the co-founders of Synapse, and will be speaking at different points around the arena and on our main stage. Mark will have a chance to kind of share the updates of what's been accomplished through Synapse on our main stage on Wednesday morning. We've gotten a lot done in the last year, even just since we all came together at the arena this past March. So Mark will give an update on that, and Brian will have an opportunity to share some exciting developments on the Synapse challenges. As I said, Synapse is a nonprofit organization designed to ensure that business leaders can connect to exactly what they need and share what they have faster without relying on serendipity, because serendipity doesn't scale. Serendipity is great.
I love that word.
Serendipity does not scale. So in order to enable those connections, we built this summit, but that's not all. Synapse built a platform so that people could connect 365, 24/7. So if you go to Synapse Connect or our website, synapsefl.com, you'll be able to join this platform and really drill down into the opportunities and assets within the entire Florida community that speak directly to what you're looking for. Right. And finally, our Synapse challenges. Innovation challenges are a very important tool, especially for business owners. Traditional research and development can be costly. It can take a lot of time and can be very limiting. Oftentimes you get just one or two options to really choose from, and they may not actually fit your goal. And what we've found is that we're able to engage with business owners, again, medium-sized business owners, growth-level business owners, or even nonprofit organizations who have a technical challenge that they're trying to solve. And by activating the really talented innovators, makers, doers, hackers in our community, they can help solve this problem quickly with more options at a fraction of the cost of traditional development, and it actually creates an amazing pipeline of talent for these companies. So Synapse challenges are a really important part of the way that we connect and build the community, and Brian and our Chairman of the Synapse Board, Tim Shar, who's the market president for SunTrust Bank, will be sharing the latest update of what we've accomplished in 2018 and what's to come in 2019 with the community from our main stage on that Wednesday afternoon. So we're very pleased to be able to share some of those updates.
Wow, no, it all sounds very exciting. And again, we're very excited to be a part of the event. So tell us now, where can we get tickets? We did exhibitors. It's kind of too late to become an exhibitor for the event.
That's right.
But
That's right. So you can find out all all of the details at synapsesummit.com. You can buy tickets on there. And for those of you who are interested in registering as an exhibitor for next year, come to the Synapse Summit this year. You'll be able to take advantage of some promotional opportunities to register for 2020 and really get on board quickly and early. This is an exciting event that you will not want to miss.
Yeah, no, again, we're very excited to be a part of it. So Lauren, let's talk, so you mentioned today, actually, we're celebrating is your 1 year anniversary with
right.
Synapse.
Yeah.
So what is your background and how did you connect?
Sure. So I started my career in Washington, D.C. I was a lobbyist and legislative associate working on foreign policy and domestic policy issues, and from there transitioned to be able to work in education on policy issues across the country, speaking to large and small groups and helping them to understand some very complex issues. But my real passion has always been about storytelling, connecting communities, building communities, right, as a journalist. Right. So asking a lot of questions. Usually I was the one who was conducting the interviews, right. Not so much being interviewed. But I realized that there's so much that brings us together. We just have to take the time to actually get to know each other. And so as my career progressed, I was able to continue to expand on that path, and I found it very rewarding. And then life brought me to Florida, from chilly but beautiful Philadelphia, my hometown, to warm, sunny Florida. And I took some time from my career to really focus on my family. And
now, is your family here in the Tampa area?
They are now. In fact, yes, my sister just moved here from LA over the weekend. My parents are here now, so they followed us to warm Florida. But I realized that my passion for building community and engaging in this innovation and business community here was something that I needed to really fulfill. And a friend connected me with the crew at Synapse last year and said they're looking for some volunteers to help build this program. Would you be interested? And I said yes. And the biggest piece of advice I could give anybody who's thinking about a career transition or next steps and opportunity, even if you have no idea what it is that you want to do, is say yes.
Right.
And I said yes.
Opportunities are all around us.
That's right. And my 5 to 10 hour a week volunteer opportunity turned into more like 50 or 60 hours a week helping to build this program. But what I realized was that there is just so much excitement building in our community, so much opportunity. I wanted to be a part of telling the story. And so my volunteer role has turned into not just a volunteer, but really a passion and a career. And I'm very, very appreciative every day that I get to be a part of the movement that we're building.
Well, I've heard only wonderful things about you, Lauren, and I know they're all very excited to have you on their team. So, and we're excited to have you in Tampa Bay. So we're going to find out a little bit more about Lauren when we come back and really kind of dig into some of the things that make Lauren tick. So don't go away. We'll be right back with Getting the Edge.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hotlocks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Welcome back to Getting the Edge. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm your host, Kelly Wilson. We've had a great time talking about the Synapse Summit that is upcoming next week, January 23rd and 24th. And I've been joined by Lauren Prager. Thank you so much for being with us and sharing all this great information. You are, I can tell you've been in journalism too, and definitely communications, but thank you so much for being here. Really excited about our new issue of Edge Business Magazine that just launched. If you have not subscribed yet, please go onto our website at edgebusinessmagazine.com and make sure you subscribe today. Great information, a lot of, from startup to high-level CEOs, there's a little bit of something for everyone included. So, and I know that you're probably frustrated with some of the commercials that you've seen, and you think that yours could be better and your business could be highlighted in a much better way in between the shows. So definitely reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you about featuring your business, and what a great way to have your business a great exposure. So we'd love to have your business featured. So reach out. Now anyway, so we've had a lot of time talking all about the Synapse Summit and all the great day 1 and day 2 and the sponsors. And if you've missed any part of that, go back and watch, or make sure you check out the website, synapsesummit.com. But while Lauren's here, I'd love to get to know Lauren a little bit better and find out. Now, we talked about you were in DC for a while, originally from Philadelphia. Then you came to and decided you needed some warmer weather. Again, we're so happy to have you. Now, so you've been in the marketing industry and communications. Or where did you kind of start out, or what drives you? Like, what are you originally most passionate about?
I'm passionate about stories.
Right.
So to me, that's what really connects all the different threads of my journey. And as I've spoken with so many business leaders and founders and entrepreneurs, investors, I find no one's narrative is linear, right? Everybody kind of meanders their way. And as long as you keep those doors open and an open mind about opportunities, you can really find a lot of fulfillment in ways and places that you just would never have even thought to look. And that's been my own experience as well. So by keeping that kind of perspective, I've really been able to take advantage of opportunities to meet fascinating people and be a part of some very exciting projects that I have found very personally fulfilling.
Well, and I think, like we talked a little bit earlier, just about opportunity. And being able to be aware of the opportunity and everything that's around us. And one of the things, and I'd read somewhere, I think maybe it was a conversation we had that was about just even new chapters. And I think all of us in life, we can have multiple chapters, multiple careers, but turning the pages and identifying all the opportunities. And I think what we're talking about as far as innovation and just opportunities, I think that's a great piece of that. I don't think it matters on age either. I mean, your story is ongoing,
right?
As long as you're willing to turn the page.
That's really important. My own journey. I until about a year ago today, as we were saying, is my 1 year anniversary with Synapse. I was really focused on my role as mom and loved that and still do. And now I've added a new component to that experience. I think there are a lot of people, as our community grows, Tampa is experiencing explosive growth. There are a lot of people transitioning, whether it's going from being primarily a stay-at-home parent back into the workforce, transitioning military, having MacDill Air Force Base, SOCOM and CENTCOM based right here means that we have some of the most talented leaders anywhere in the world who are, in some cases, finishing their careers or transitioning out of their military service and now looking for opportunities to engage in the private sector. This is another, way that we need to be thoughtful about the chapters and the next opportunities that we can offer to our community, the talent that lives right here. Obviously in Florida, with census rates showing that at least 1,000 people are moving here every day. There is tremendous growth, and from people of all ages and all demographics and all backgrounds. And because our community is so diverse based on industry and technology as well as background, we really have the advantage to make this community so dynamic and take advantage of the different perspectives that we all can contribute to our own businesses and make this journey successful. So it's an exciting time to be in the innovation space, in the business community, and here in Tampa Bay. I'm just so grateful to be a part of it.
It's a very collaborative time as well.
Yes.
And it really seems, 6 years ago when I originally, launched EDGE and really my mission, which ultimately was to unite the business community together. And I had many, much feedback back in the day 6 years ago, where I said people will never come together like that and support one another. They won't work together. They just won't do it. And it's amazing. And 6 years later to see that that is indeed happening.
Right.
And just all of the collaboration. I think we can all, one of my favorite quotes is Henry Ford, if we're all moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. And that, I so believe that.
The collaboration here is really exceptional, not just in Tampa Bay, but across the state. Our mission as a nonprofit organization is to connect innovation communities across the state. And as we've reached out to partners in different communities and invited them into this movement, they have welcomed that with open arms.
That's amazing.
And we really embrace and prioritize collaboration. Our core philosophy is that the rising tide will lift all boats.
I like it.
Right? And as cliche as that might sound, it's really very true. And when you operate on that principle and you realize that each person's success allows another to be equally as successful, take advantage of new opportunities, open new doors, support each other, celebrate each other when there's great stuff, support each other when we need it, we can continue to showcase the best of Florida, the best of our community, and that's what this moment, I think, really allows us to accomplish.
No, and it, I think you'd mentioned earlier, as far as it being a movement, and I definitely think it is. And again, I think, all the work that so many other businesses, even before me, that have started to kind of lay the foundation, it's all just kind of, the tide maybe has all kind of come together and kind of lifted us all. So
100%.
So what are your plans as you progress, and where do you see Lauren in 3 to 5 years with Synapse and the growth with the organization?
Well, I see our organization growing tremendously. In just the short time since we started Synapse, there's been an amazing response from the community. We've built an unbelievably supportive board of more than 40 organizations, businesses, nonprofits, innovation support organizations that have really come together to make this community strong. And so I see that movement continuing to grow. Synapse will continue to do programming, Synapse challenges all across the state, and really, again, build the connectivity amongst our communities. I mean, after all, that's what a synapse is. It's that connection. And so we are part of making sure that the growth across our state really continues to accelerate so people can find what they need and share what they have and no longer just be dependent on serendipity to accomplish their goals. Now we have Synapse.
One of the things that I always like to ask people, and again, is trying to get to know Lauren a little better. If you could go back in time 15 years ago and give yourself some advice, what might that advice be?
It would be to, I knew you were going to throw me a thing. I think it would be to trust your gut. You know,
Yeah.
I think that that's a lot of us. And as I reflect on the conversations I have with a lot of business leaders, there's a moment where you just have to trust your gut. There's just something inside that tells you whatever it is that that question about whatever it is, you know yourself. And I think that when we really listen to ourselves and are true to ourselves, we can succeed. So that moment to really, really trust in yourself and your strengths will allow you to be authentic to yourself and succeed.
I think that's perfect, and I think a lot of times, because I also want to encourage those that you know have perhaps they have an opportunity, but they just don't know if they can pull the trigger on it and really act on it. And a lot of times, you know, it's okay to have the uncertainty. You know, trust your gut and your instincts, and if you really feel it, I feel like those instincts are there for a reason. And so it's great. I love to get other people's opinions on that. So when Lauren thinks about success, what is your definition of success?
Waking up every day ready to tackle what's ahead and excited about it. I think that's the most important thing. If you are happy with what's ahead personally and professionally, then you have succeeded. And that's a different definition for everyone. But I will tell you that I feel proud and excited every day to meet the day, and I feel really very fortunate to say that.
That's great. Now, so you've been for a year now with Synapse. We talked about you celebrating your anniversary today. You've watched them build the team and really build this. What looking back now on what are some tips that you could provide our viewers with building a team, and kind of what's worked with Synapse and how you've been able to bring everyone together?
Yeah, so I think that the most important thing has been to really take the time to understand what people's goals are, not just their strengths and their goals, because someone who is doing well in their role will feel fulfilled and feel as though that they are making the progression that they were hoping in their own personal journey. So sharpening the skills that they want to focus on, meeting new challenges that are important to them, understanding what those needs are and those goals are as a conversation together allows you to strengthen your team and really play to your team's successes. And that's really an important skill set that we've learned and we do.
Right.
We take that really seriously. Whether you're a member of our team, which is a small staff, or a member of our volunteer corps, which is really what drives our organization. Everyone who comes to be a part of the Synapse movement, we ask, what is your goal and how can we help you to achieve that goal? And
Right.
we do everything that we can to help that person meet their own definition of success.
Great. Last question for you.
Yeah, sure.
What might people be surprised to know about Lauren?
Oh my goodness. What might you be surprised to know? Man, what do I want to share on camera I want people Googling? That's the bigger question. Surprise, let me get back to you on that one.
Okay.
I'll write it in.
Okay, we'll make sure we add it later. Well, it's been great finding out all about Synapse. Again, Edge is very excited to be a part of the Synapse Summit that is taking place next week on January 23rd and 24th at Amalie Arena. Again, we're going to be bringing the Getting the Edge show to the summit. So looking forward to that. There's a lot of great information. And again, if you want to recap on where people can get involved and where to get tickets.
Sure. So first, thank you for having
You're
me,
very
and thank you
welcome.
for this opportunity to share the Synapse story and talk about the Synapse Summit. So for those of you watching, please visit www.synapsesummit.com. That's where you can buy your tickets to the Synapse Summit January 23rd and 24th at the Amalie Arena. You can find out all about the dynamic programming we have in store for you and learn more about ways to engage with Synapse all year round.
Thank you very much. Well, again, we're really excited. Check out edgebusinessmagazine.com. Make sure you subscribe to the magazine today. We'll see you next time. Thank you.